What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel and another video. So if you do not know me, my name is Kate and I'm the owner of Vogue Society Boutique, which is located in Sarasota, Florida. We have an online store and we also have a brick and mortar store in the UTC Mall. So today's video is going to be talking all about manifesting, only because something crazy happened in my life the past week since filming last, and also because I just feel like manifesting and law of attraction is really important in business and in life in general too. So I just felt strongly about making this video because I have used it for my business before, manifesting and law of attraction. So let's just get right into it. If you're not familiar with law of attraction or manifesting, they kind of go like hand in hand. So the way I like to think about law of attraction is, let's just say you really want a white Lexus, I don't know, and you're like, I really want a white Lexus, and you go around town and all of a sudden, now that you want a white Lexus, you see white Lexuses everywhere. So basically, because you're thinking about it, you're noticing things. So another great example of this is like if you are wanting to make extra money and you start thinking like, there is a way for me to make extra money, like there is opportunity out there for me to make extra money, and then you haven't really realized it before, but then all of a sudden like all these opportunities kind of start coming your way, or you start like noticing more people doing like some side hustle or something like that where they are making some extra money, and all these opportunities are now coming into your life. And that's not to say that they weren't there before. They actually were always there, but now you're recognizing them, which is the law of attraction basically, because like you're manifesting that they actually exist in your head. And so that's kind of what it is. And so that's law of attraction, and manifesting is, in my head, almost the same thing. But manifesting to me is just like absolutely 110% believing that if you want something, like you will get it, and it is coming, and like it is like in your path, and it's just gonna happen. So I have been using manifesting for a really long time. In fact, on my last YouTube channel, or like my personal YouTube channel, I guess you can say, I do have a whole video about manifesting, everything that I basically have in my life, and like how I got to like where I am today. And so I will link that video so that you can see the full story. But essentially, like I didn't even realize it, but I've been manifesting since I was like, I don't know, in high school or something like that. Like I remember when people would ask me like, what do you want to be when you grew up? And maybe this was even before high school. This is before like, you had to get serious about like looking into colleges and like, what are you really going to be when you grow up? But ever since I was like really young, I always said like I was gonna own a clothing store. And I remember like my family would be like, well, yeah, but like what are you gonna do first? Because like you can't just like own a clothing store, like that doesn't just like happen. I knew nothing about like business, and the opportunities back then were obviously a little bit more limited now that we have like online and stuff like that too. But I said, I was like, I'm just gonna do it, like that's just like what I'm gonna do. And obviously I went through like high school and college and everything, like thinking I was going to do something different, in the forefront of my mind. But in the back of my mind, I feel like I always just knew that this is what I was going to do. Like I just like knew it, and I 110% believed it. There was just something in my gut that said it, and I never really let go of that. And yes, I could have said like, oh yeah, I'm going to, be in marketing or whatever and have like a corporate job, and I could have said those things out loud, and I did, and I had internships relating to those things. But in the back of my mind, like again, I always believed like I'm not going to do that, like that's not what I'm going to do. So in my head, like that is manifesting, like just totally 110% believing, and like even if you have to like pathologically lie to yourself, like that is what is going to happen. And that's kind of like where I'm at right now too. So like if you need, let's just say you're watching this and you truly want to like open a boutique, or you truly want to make more money in your current boutique or in your current job or whatever it is, like you can totally do that by just believing in yourself. And you really just have to like believe, and you have to think about it all the time. You have to put things on your vision board. You have to watch videos about whatever you want to do. You have to like consume your mind in that thing. And truly, like, don't doubt yourself for a second. And I know that could be hard. Like, it does take practice. I'm not just saying that, like, you could change your mind like this. It does take practice. And especially, like, if you did grow up in, I know money mindset is, like, a big thing. And if you grew up in a family where money was scarce, then you might have like a scarcity mindset where you're like, well, I don't actually believe like money is coming my way. So I know my mom struggles with that too. Like, she grew up like in her family, like money was always like scarce, and she grew up with the fact that the glass was always half empty, where now she is trying to like change her mindset, and she's really trying to practice by listening to podcasts and like watching videos and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people have asked me in this past week, after what I've manifested happened, which I'll get into the story in a second if you haven't heard it yet, if you don't follow me on social media. But a lot of people have asked me, where do I start? Like, I want to start doing this. Like, how the heck are you doing this? Where do you start? Well, this video obviously is a first great step. I don't know everything about it. I just like to share my personal stories, but I will say the first place to start 110% is A, watching The Secret on Netflix, and B, reading the book You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. So The Secret is a like documentary on Netflix that will literally blow your mind, and I'm not even kidding, like change your life. Like, so good. I think someone told me it was about to expire on Netflix or something, so I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or something like that, but it's called The Secret. There's also a book about it as well. And then the other thing, like I said, You Are a Badass at Making Money. Such a good read, especially for your money mindset. And a lot of things, like, let's just be honest, that we're manifesting have to do with money. So unless it's like a relationship you're manifesting, because you can manifest anything, like a really great relationship, you could manifest moving, or you know, but a lot of what manifesting has to do, and law of attraction, and things that we want and things we want to accomplish, do have to do with money, whether you like it or not. So money mindset is a really big big thing, and I think it just helps in your practice of manifesting everything else, because money is at the forefront of a lot of our minds every single day. It's a great thing to practice every single day. So reading the book You Are a Badass at Making Money, I promise you, will also change your life. Her book is really good, and it will change your mindset on how to make money, like the limits in your life and stuff like that. So that's really where I started. There's also a podcast called Manifestation Babe. There's tons of this content on TikTok and YouTube that you can just look up and just like engulf your mind in this stuff. I'm in the mall parking lot, so you can like see people in their cars in the back. Just like engulf your mind in it, and just, there will only be positive experiences that come from it. And you'll learn that you might have been manifesting some bad things in your life, and that's not good. So I think it's like a really awesome thing for everyone to kind of look into. Getting into my manifestation story, this is just the most recent one. There's been many, like I said, how I got the boutique, how I moved to Florida, like all those stories are in my YouTube video from my personal page that I will link in the description if you are curious. But I do want to focus on like the now and like the business aspect, but this has nothing to do with my business, but we're just going to focus on the now right now. So basically what happened was, in the beginning of the year, which if you follow me on social media, I've made a TikTok about it, I made a reel about it, all that stuff. I made a vision board in the beginning of the year that I really wanted this pink Jeep. Now this pink Jeep is a limited edition pink Jeep, and I'm filming in my car right now and you can see pink, so you can see where the story is going. But I really wanted this car. This car is expensive, hard to get, and I really didn't know what the game plan was, but I knew this was my next car. Like, no doubt in my mind, I wanted this car and I was gonna freaking get this car. So basically what I did was I put it on my vision board. I thought about this car all the freaking time. And one day recently, so I thought about it, and then I started thinking about it more, because I was like, well, I leased a Cherokee. So I was like, my lease is up in 6 months, so I might as well start looking into ways that I can like get this pink Jeep, because I knew it was a limited edition. So I figured I would have to like order it, which I didn't really have any money saved up for it or anything like that. And so I was like, I should probably like start looking into it. And right now I'm going to start manifesting, like, this is it. I'm going to be manifesting this Jeep. Literally the next day, Cody and I went for a walk, and I saw this pink Jeep for the first time ever. I saw one. I've never seen one in person. They're pretty rare right now, at least, because they were a limited edition. You had to pre-order it, and about 6 months ago was when you could start pre-ordering them, and it probably takes about 6 months for them to get manufactured. So a lot of people are just getting them now if you did pre-order them. And so I saw one out and I was like, oh my God, that is the first time I saw one out. That is 100% the universe giving me a sign, because I am manifesting the fact that I want this car. So I ended up telling Cody, I was like, dang, like, this is it. I had posted on my Instagram story that night, and then I think it just kind of sparked in my head, like, hey, maybe I should go to the dealership and just see how I can order one, how much I'm gonna have to save up for it, like what's the timing gonna look like. So I go to the dealership maybe like the next day or 2 days after with my mom, and the guy starts going through and he's like, yeah, you will have to like order it, which sounds expensive. Ordering a car, that just sounds so expensive. I don't know. Which, I mean, it is, but so I go through it and I'm like, you know, he's like, oh, what kind of car do you want? I was like, well, it has to be, it's a Wrangler, obviously, it's a pink Wrangler, but I was like, I need it to have 4 doors. I do not want a 2-door car. That's just not for me. If I'm gonna have kids in the next few years or whatever, I don't know, I don't want to have 2 doors. I want to have 4 doors. So 4 doors. I wanted it to have, the other thing I said I wanted to have was a hard top. If you're not familiar with Jeeps, the soft top is an easier way to take off your roof, and then you just like pin it in the back. The hard top, you have to like take the whole thing off, like store it somewhere. But I did want the hard top only because I wasn't sure how much I would even want the roof off, and it was more important to me the way it looked, and I liked how the way that it looked. It has like this pink like strip. So that is what I said I wanted, and he was like, okay. And he's like, I'll be right back, I'll see what we can do. So he comes back and he's like, so I didn't know this, but unfortunately, like, the pre-orders for this ended like a few months ago. Like, you could literally only order it in the first like 48 hours it's been out, and it's been sold out for months. And I was like, okay. I was so mad in that moment because I was so dead set in my mind on getting this Jeep. So dead set. So I was like, okay, and I didn't even know like what to do, because like I still knew like I'm getting this car. So he was like, yeah, they're like sold out everywhere at this point. Like if you ordered one, you're probably gonna be making money off of it. If they did, you know, get it in, and they're probably gonna be selling it for over sticker value. So I was like, okay. So I went home that night. I'm like, there's no way he's right. I'm looking it up. I'm trying to Google like these pink Jeeps. Yeah, he's right. You literally, like, they're not being sold. You cannot find them anywhere. So, the next day, but I, like in my mind again, like, and this is where manifestation comes in, and this is like where the practice of it like has dawned on me, and like I think about it, and I just totally believe that I was still gonna get the car. Like there was no doubt in my mind, like this is still my next car, even though they told me no. Like there was just something in me that was like, no, like I'm still getting it somehow I'll be getting this car. So the next day, I get a call from him, the guy at the dealership, and he was like, hey, so crazy news, but one of them just came off of our truck. We've never gotten one in before. We didn't know this was coming. The salesman who sold it 6 months ago is out today, and he didn't know it was coming, only because the girl who pre-ordered it 6 months ago got sick of waiting for it because it was taking too long, ended up getting another car in the meantime, and now it is not sold anymore. And I was like, are you kidding? Like the actual pink Jeep, like the one that I want. And he was like, yes. And let me just tell you, with inflation and supply chain issues and stuff right now, 4 years ago when I went to lease my Cherokee at the same exact dealership, the entire lot was filled with Wranglers. When I went there that first day, there was two Wranglers there. Two. That were like brand new. So that just shows you the difference and how scarce they are and stuff. So when he told me that they had one, I was like, holy crap, like this is amazing. And he was like, yeah, it is 4-door, it's pink, and it's got this like, I think it's called Sky Touch or something. I still don't know what it's called, but it literally is just like you hit this button and the roof comes up, and it looks like a hard top like I wanted, but it's the easiest thing, and you have to like custom order like this roof. So, I mean, like it was more than I even could have asked for. And so the universe, which is what us manifestors refer to it too, gave me this car. And you couldn't say that it's God or whatever you want to say. I'm not super religious, but I do like believe in God and stuff. So I kind of think of the universe as like a higher power, God. I don't know what it is. It could be whatever it is in your own mind, but like literally just gave me this car. I got it, and she's mine, and I'm in her right now, and I'll show you guys a clip of the outside too. But after I posted that, because like literally that morning I posted that whole story on my Instagram story, and then that day he called me, and then that night I posted the picture, and people were like, what the heck, like how did you do this? And so I just wanted to share my story, and that's just kind of how I've gotten into this. And there are other things I'm manifesting in my life right now when it comes to the next steps in my life, and I'm so excited. And I think that having this manifestation law of attraction mindset is so beneficial, and just looking into it a little bit could be super helpful. So I want to make this video. I do think it relates to business a lot, because I do think as a small business owner you do have to have this mindset. And so that is my story for the week. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the comments below, and be sure to like this video if it was helpful, and subscribe to my channel if you love my content. Bye guys.